If I could speak to my younger self, maybe the 25-year-old man who thought he had forever, I wouldn't lecture him. I'd take his hand, look him in the eye, and simply tell him what I've learned. Slowly, carefully, from a place of love. Some of these lessons took decades. Some, I'm still learning now. But if you've ever looked back at your own life with a quiet sigh, or forward with uncertainty, I think you'll find something here that feels like it was meant just for you. Before we begin, I'd like to ask one thing. If this kind of quiet wisdom speaks to you, subscribe to Elder's Soul Journal. This is a place for the kind of conversations we don't hear enough, about love, health, regret, and hope. Like old friends sitting together after all the noise has faded. You're welcome here. First, I'd tell him, time doesn't wait, and you never see the last time coming. There's no grand announcement when something ends, no warning before the last dinner with a loved one, the last walk through a childhood home, or the final moment you hold someone's hand. The trouble is, you never realize it's the last time until long after it's gone. If I could go back, I'd beg myself to slow down, to stop rushing towards someday. Because someday is a thief. It steals the moments right in front of us. I'd tell him, show up fully, now. Because time is quiet, but it never stops walking. The second thing I'd whisper is this. The people you love matter more than the things you chase. We're all taught to chase something. Money, success, recognition, titles. But none of those things ever kept me warm when the nights were quiet and long. I've stood at funerals where no one mentioned someone's bank balance, only how that person made them feel. If I could speak to my younger self, I'd say, build a life where your presence means more than your possessions. Call your mother. Apologize to your brother. Hold your child longer than necessary, because when the chasing ends, love is what's left. Third, kindness is never wasted. Not once in my life have I regretted being kind, even when it wasn't returned. I used to think kindness made me soft, maybe even weak, but over the years, I've seen it do more healing than any medicine. Kindness lives longer than anger. It echoes in the hearts of others when your voice is no longer around. And the truth is, you never know what quiet battle someone is fighting. Sometimes a kind word is the only thing keeping a person standing. And here's another thing I wish I had known sooner. Pride ruins relationships. Be quick to apologize. I lost time, precious time, because I couldn't say I was wrong. Pride feels powerful in the moment. It makes you feel like you're winning. But over time, it builds walls you forget how to tear down. And often, by the time you're ready to say you're sorry, there's no one left to hear it. I'd tell him, choose peace over being right. Say you're sorry before it's too late. The fifth thing I'd tell him is this. No one is thinking about you as much as you fear. Live anyway. In my younger years, I wasted too much time walking on eggshells, afraid of what others would say, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of being misunderstood. But here's the truth I didn't know then. Most people are far too busy thinking about themselves to be thinking about you. The fear of judgment is often louder than the judgment itself. So go dance badly, speak your truth, try the thing you're not sure you're good at. Embarrassment fades, regret lingers. Sixth, protect your health like it's treasure, because it is. I used to treat my body like it owed me, pushed past fatigue, laughed off the pain, delayed the checkup, said tomorrow to the walk I needed today. But as the years moved on, I discovered that health isn't something you notice until it's slipping away. And by then, it's often too late. I'd look my younger self in the eye and say, you only get one body, son. Treat it kindly. Now, not later. Your knees, your heart, your lungs, your back. They will remember how you treated them. And when you're older, your health isn't just about you. It's about still being here for the ones who love you. If this is speaking to you, don't scroll past it. Like this video, and let me know in the comments, what do you wish you'd known 20 years ago? Your story might just help someone else. Seventh, you don't have to win. You just have to stay standing. Life has a way of testing you, not through trophies or applause, but through the quiet moments when no one's watching. I used to think life was about getting ahead, being first, outshining the rest. But real strength is quieter than that. It's in showing up when you're tired, staying kind when you're angry, and carrying on when the road gets rough. I've known men who were never successful by the world's standards, but they were faithful, patient, resilient. And that, my friend, is a kind of victory too. The eighth thing I'd tell him is this: there's power in saying no, and peace in saying nothing. In my youth, I thought being agreeable was the same as being kind. I said yes too often. I filled my days with obligations that left my soul empty, and I spoke when silence would have said more. With time, I learned that boundaries are not walls. They're doors you choose when to open. And silence? Silence is a sacred teacher. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do is say less. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away. Ninth, money is important, but how you earn it matters more. When I was younger, I thought the goal was just to make enough. More money meant more peace, right? But what I didn't understand then is that how you earn it leaves fingerprints on your soul. If you compromise your values, if you hurt people along the way, if you lose your family in the chase, that money comes at too high a cost. I'd tell him, earn honestly, live simply, give generously. Because no amount of money can buy back a clean conscience or lost time with those you love. 10th, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. I used to think forgiveness was about letting someone else off the hook, that if I forgave, it meant what they did was okay. But carrying bitterness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. It doesn't work. It only eats at you. Some of the hardest work I've ever done wasn't making money, or raising kids, or fixing mistakes. It was learning to forgive people who never said sorry. And more than that, forgiving myself for the things I didn't know back then. I'd tell him, you'll never find peace dragging old pain into new days. The 11th thing? Learn to sit with silence. It will teach you more than noise ever will. When I was younger, I filled every quiet moment with distraction. Music, chatter, television, even worry. I was afraid of silence because it made me feel alone. But now I've learned that silence isn't emptiness, it's space. It's where your soul catches its breath. It's where truths rise to the surface. In silence, you'll find clarity. You'll hear things you missed before, your own heart, maybe even God. So I'd tell my younger self, don't fear silence. Invite it. Sit with it like an old friend. It has something to tell you. And 12th, it's never too late to start again. Never. I don't care how many mistakes you've made. I don't care how long you've been stuck. I've seen people rebuild their lives at 40, 60, even 80. I've seen joy return where grief once lived. I've seen love rise from the ashes of heartbreak. So I'd lean in and tell him this: your story isn't over. Not by a long shot. If there's breath in your body, there's still time. Start small, begin again. It's never too late to live with heart. Looking back now, I don't see life as a ladder we're meant to climb. I see it more like a circle, a rhythm, a quiet unfolding. You stumble, you rise, you learn, and then, if you're lucky, you pass that wisdom on. If I could truly speak to my younger self, I don't think I'd try to change him. I'd just sit with him. Share these stories. Let him know that failure won't ruin him, that love will find him, that time will slip by faster than he ever imagined, and that nothing matters more than living with heart. Maybe we don't need to go back in time after all. Maybe the point is to speak these truths now to someone who still has time to use them. If you're still here, thank you. You're the kind of soul this channel was made for. If something in this video touched you, I'd be honored if you subscribe to Elder's Soul Journal. Share this with someone younger, or someone older who still believes in second chances. And as always, keep living with heart. You've still got time.